I just want to start by saying that two of you in particular are a little scary to look at. But I appreciate you, and I already took a picture. So, you know, I had the privilege of co-chairing a hearing with Council Member Richards, who oversees the NYPD as an agency, and we learned from victims and survivors of sexual violence about not only the trauma they go through as a victim, but then re-traumatization as they report what has happened to them. And, you know, you don't need me to repeat what's being written about in the paper every day now about how victims are treated. It's so important that our police commissioner, Jimmy O'Neill, apologized for the missteps that were taken after the 1994 Prospect Park rape case. He did that with the same graciousness that he gives to advocates every day and to survivors. He is a true champion in trying to change the way that the PD responds to victims, helping them, to help them come along the track to become a survivor. I was delighted to hear that since our hearing, the PD has really stepped up and started giving this training to their SVD detectives. In fact, so much so that at a meeting yesterday with the advocates, they thanked the commissioner because more recently they had had survivors coming into their offices saying that they had a positive experience with the Special Victims Division. And that is light years from where we were just a few months ago. And if I could just be very specific for 1 second, the training components will include FETI, the Forensic Experiential Trauma Interview Method, specialized investigative training for sexual assault cases, including non-stranger sexual assault. Just as important, a rape is a rape, no matter if it's by an acquaintance, a domestic partner, or a stranger. It's just equally as traumatizing. District attorney-based training related to legal evidentiary standards, and sexual assault forensic examiner training, Sex Offender Registration Act training, hospital-based training, so they know what to do when they're called into the emergency room to meet with a victim just after something has happened. And something I'm very excited about, the victim advocate-based training, where for a week-long training program, the detectives themselves will learn about what it's like to be an advocate on behalf of these victims. One more detail. So these trainings address some very important specifics: the depth of victimization, the negative social consequences of sexual assault, the trauma and neurobiological damage inflicted by sexual assault, the complexity of victim management, the falsity or partial truthful disclosure of complainants. You know, the Special Victims Division is unique to the NYPD. They're not there just to solve the crime. They're there as a first respondent to a victim and to help them as they go along the road to become a survivor. The Speaker of this council gets that, the Commissioner gets that, the lawyers, David Addis and Brian Crow, thank you so much for your work, and of course to my Legislative Director, Ned Terrace. Really appreciate all your work in getting into the weeds on this and making sure that our PD will be the best they can be in their response. Thank you very much.
Congratulations.